back to Little Miss Drop Stitch. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do stocking stitch, okay? And this is a type of stitch that you can do in knitting, and it's most commonly used, so whether that's kind of toys, jumpers, even this jumper that's been bought and manufactured, that's in stocking stitch as well. So I'll show you how to do it, and then I will show you how we can tell the front from the back and if you've made a mistake. I will link the previous video down below, and that's where I showed you how to purl, and then I also showed you how to knit and cast on. So I'll link those below if you want to take a step back. So this video assumes that you can do the knit and purl stitch, okay? In stocking stitch, the row that's on the right side, so the correct side, those stitches will all be knitted, okay? And I'll show you in a moment how we know if we are on the correct or the right side. Knitting will, and patterns will tell you as well, so there'll be a right side and a wrong side, usually denoted as RS and WS. There we go, we're at the end of our row, and we have done a row of knit stitches. The second row in stocking stitch is always purl, so you're going to purl every stitch, and the back does look a bit different, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But all you want to do in your next row is purl all those stitches. There is something called reverse stocking stitch as well, which means you will start on a purl row and the second row will be knitted, but your instructions will tell you to do that. If not, just assume that it's first row knit, second row purl. So you don't need to do anything different on that row. All the stitches, whichever you're doing, are going to be the same. So we've just purled a row. Brilliant. How do you know that you are on the knit side or the right side, correct side of your work? Well, if you use the thumb method to cast on, and I'll link that video below, then the tail of your work, remember that little tail we used to cast on? Okay, that will always be at the beginning, okay, so it'll be at the right hand side and it'll be at the beginning, and that's why I love the thumb cast on, because it gives it that bit of stretch, especially if you're a beginner and your stitches are a little tight, okay? So yarn is at the beginning, which means we want to knit on that row. Another way you can tell when you build it up a bit, maybe not the first couple of rows, but here we've got quite a bit of knitting. All these stitches, okay, they look like these. The reverse, okay, some patterns do call for the purl side to be on the outside of your work, but it will tell you, okay, the purl side, which is equally as lovely, these look like little bumps. So they're very distinctive and very different. And here, if we picked up our knitting like this and thought, oh, is this the side that I knit on? Well, no, because our tail that we cast on with isn't at the beginning, okay, it's at the end. Let's just do it wrong for a moment, just so you can see how to tell if it's going wrong. Okay, so this is where we should be knitting, but let's say we did some purls, and some of my very, very early work from over a decade ago does have some rogue purls in it. Okay, so there we go, I've been purling on a knit side, and immediately you can see the bumps appear, so you don't even have to do, you know, the full row to see those bumps appearing. And I'll show you on the other side. Okay, this is a little bit trickier to distinguish, but what happens here, if you tuck it down a little bit, okay, you've got those big loops, those V stitches on the purl side of your work. It's a bit tricky to tell on the purl side, but absolutely on the knit side, okay, you've got those bumps. And then if you knitted more rows beyond that, you would just have some kind of bumps in the middle. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this video and learnt a lot. Please give us a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, or even better, keep an eye out for the next video. Thank you and take care.